All right, welcome back. Time to shift things over to Maryland as Easton was one of the biggest surprise teams from the Bayside last fall. Question is, can they take that next step this time around?
Yeah, they lost some big-time senior talent, especially at their most important position, the quarterback.
Yep.
We caught up with the Warriors yesterday. Sports reporter Cole Howard has more.
Another season is right around the corner for the Easton Warriors. Last year, they finished with an impressive 7-3 overall record. And as head coach Matt Griffith prepares for this upcoming year, he had this to say about how camp has been this offseason.
Camp's been very good for us. Got a lot of things accomplished. You know, we're super young, so we got to do a lot of teaching. It's been very helpful for us. Kids are staying healthy, and we're getting after it.
One thing this year's squad of Warriors has is youth. A very young team is going to be stepping under the lights this coming fall.
Defensively, I think we're playing really fast. A lot of young guys on the ball on the defensive side, learning and teaching them technique. It's been very good in our first scrimmage. Offensively, same thing. We've got some returners. Brandon Jenkins doing a nice job at running back for us, and, you know, we'll see what happens.
The biggest change to Easton this year is that Kevin O'Connor will not be running out on the field with them, but he has left the team in good hands. His younger brother, Michael.
Mikey's been great. You know, Kevin's a great player. Mikey's not going to be Kevin. He's going to be a different type of quarterback. We'll still do similar things with him, but it's going to be different. So Mikey's doing a great job, you know, picking it up and really helping educate the other players on the offense.
And O'Connor had this to say about what other teams can expect from this year's group of Warriors.
I think we could be a problem. You know, us as a team, a lot of us have played together for a lot of our lives. You know, so I think we have good chemistry all together. We got a good team. I think people should watch out for us.
But at the end of the day, the type of football that Easton is known for, you can expect the same thing on Friday nights this year.
I don't think it's going to be anything different. You know, we're going to go out, we're going to try to compete every night, we're going to play hard, we're going to try to hit first and have some fun with it.
Cole Howard, 47 ABC, WMDT.
So Easton opens up their regular season next Friday night as they head on the road to take on Northeast. We remember the first time that we realized that Easton was a team to look out for was week one when they destroyed Kent Island.
I know, 2-score game, and they were just on that upper class of everybody in the Bayside, but then obviously at the end of the year, hey,
it's not how you start.
It's how you finish, right? And then they face North Carolina. North Carolina drops 40 on them.
Yeah, so but Kent Island, how did Kent Island finish the season?
And they're in the state championship game. Yeah, the Bucks, you know, they're coming off of one of their greatest program successes in school history. Again, losing to Easton in game one on the road, follow that up with a 12-game winning streak, winning 12 games in a row.
It was a great run.
Becoming the first Bayside team, since 2009, I believe, to make it to a state title game. But now they also have to replace a lot of their core that got them one half away from being the state champs last year in the 2A. Now, last season, again, the Bucks lost the first game of the year to Easton, winning 12 in a row. That didn't end until they fell in the state title game to Milford Mill, a game they were actually really competitive in. It just didn't go their way, especially in the second half. And a lot of their success, Brandon, we always talk about him last year, but both on lacrosse and football.
Buck.
Casey Heath, all-state performer, he's graduating. And, you know, the next man up saying has never been more real, especially for the Bucks. Yeah, they face a lot of pressure of repeating last year's magical run to the title game, while also trying to replace Casey Heath's production on the field.
I think we're going to be a little different. We're going to spread this field out a little bit more, and because we're not nearly as big up front, and of course we don't have the backfield that we had last year. So we're going to play around a little bit with our offense, and we'll see what we get. We're going to be disciplined, and we're going to play hard. That's our MO, and nothing will change about that.
That's the thing about a Coach Sofanowski-led team is they are going to be disciplined. They're going to play hard. We saw it all last year. They did lose a ton of talent, including possibly the best player in program history. But I don't think that there's pressure on the Bucks to get back to the 2A title game. I think as long as they get to the playoffs and they play hard once they get to the postseason, whoever they face, I think it'll be a successful season for them.
No, when I had talked to him earlier in the week about how they're going to look this season when it comes to play style, obviously last year they were really grit and grind, you know, ground and pound, especially because of Casey Heath. He was telling me, he was implying that that's not how they're going to play this year. They might be like a West Coast offense, you know, letting that ball air out. I'm really interested to see how the Bucks kind of adjust.
I'm interested to see too, because you know what? I love to hear that because your personnel changes. You got to change the way you play the game as well. well. All right, now could Colonel Richardson, moving down to the 1A now, could they, the Colonels, win another division title this year? Colonel Richardson has found incredible success under head coach James Jackson in the last few years, won back-to-back titles in that 1A, and now they're looking for a three-peat. So let's go out to American Corner now, as Colonel, coming off of a great year last year, Colonel snagged their second straight division title. And now there's another season around the corner in American Corner. Head coach Jackson is hard at work putting together new pieces for the upcoming season. One of the key players that helped Colonel get to a second straight title was Cam Gondek.
The ball does not lie.
That was his saying. You're going to see that clip right here. Ball does not lie. And Coach Jackson had this to say about replacing one of his former star players.
We're going to be faster, so even though we lost some key guys, we lost Cam Gondek, who had 100 tackles last year. Replacing him is going to be big, so we just need guys to move faster and pick up the slack that he had last year.
Yeah, they also lose Cam Lake as well at wide receiver. So Cam Gondek was a tremendous player, not only on the football field, on the baseball diamond as well. He's going to be a big hole missing, not only on the field, but also off the field, the leadership that he also brought to the locker room as well.
Yeah, and the Colonels were 7-3 last year, 4-0 in their division as well. So they dominated the 1A for the Bayside as well. Now, we got to go to another 1A team who's trying to have a bounce back year after last season, maybe upend the Colonels. It's the Cambridge South Dorchester Vikings. They were 4-6 last year. However, they were 3-1 in the Bayside. Now, head coach Toby Peer enters his third season at the helm, and he is hard at work preparing his guys for the upcoming year. Coach Peer tells us they only have one goal for this season, and that's to be relentless in every game that they play and in everything that they do. But he also tells us the expectations for this year is really high, and he wants his players to be as focused as possible.
Well, the expectations get better every day. You know, we keep it simple. Every single day get better. We're not interested in last year or last week or yesterday. You know, we had a scrimmage last week. It's irrelevant. It's all about today getting better. Whether it's a meeting, whether it's practice, walkthrough, we just want to focus on getting better every day.
Yeah.
I love talking with Coach Peer. He's the same every single year that we go out there for training camp. He's got the hat on. He's out there grinding. He is focused. He's one of the most focused head coaches in the entire Bayside Conference you'll see when practice gets underway. You don't want to get in his way.
Yeah, but when you have someone that's that steady at the helm, I think that trickles down into the team, and you can have a team that's very disciplined and doesn't make a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, after a humid day with some storms, I mean, it was definitely humid. I was outside sweating. You saw me earlier today.
It was humid.
Changes are on the way for the weekend. I hope so. Now, when can we expect to see a drop in the humidity? Chief Meteorologist Rich Wurdzik comes back with his weekend forecast, and he'll tell us next. Plus, Delaware State Police arrest a man on gun and drug charges following a traffic stop. We'll tell you more when we come back. This is Delmarva
Sports Head Coach Stephen Longo, head coach for Indian River Varsity Baseball. You're watching Delmarva Sports Insider.